this one is for the vegetarians out there. I know this is not an easy country to find, stuff for vegetarians a lot of the time. So if you wanted to ask, you can say "이거 안에는." Okay, "안에" means in, and then "는" we have that topic marker. So "이거 안에는" would mean in this, okay, as the topic. "이거 안에는 고기 있어요?" 고기 있어요, okay. 고기 is meat, so is there any meat? "이거 안에는 고기 있어요?" Okay. Now, one thing you'll find is that there's not a lot of people asking. There's not that many vegetarians here, so it's not a super common question. So you'll find that people are pretty relaxed about it. They don't really seem to take it as seriously as I know vegetarians do. Or someone, if you're not talking about meat, if you have an allergy to something, which we'll get into in a second, then you take it very seriously. And I find a lot of people, a lot of the people you're asking don't really. So if you want to clarify, just to be sure, again, after this one I'll give you a little bit more, you can say. But ham도 없고 생선도 없어요. Okay, ham도, so no ham. Okay, 없고, we know, I don't know if we know, 있어요 means is there, and 없어요 is the opposite, there isn't, or asking there isn't. Okay, ham도 없고 생선, fish, 생선도 없어요. Okay, so the first one, is there any meat in here? They're like, no. You're like, there's no ham, there's no fish. Okay, you're just clarifying. And yeah, I'll erase this and give you one more, more specific thing you can say as to why you don't want any meat in there or whatever. Again, explaining if you're allergic or if you're a vegetarian or something. Okay. Okay, so here is just a little bit of a follow-up explaining why you don't want any meat in there. Actually, this one isn't necessarily specifically for meat, because this one's saying you have an allergy, so it could be for anything. But you can start by saying 왜냐하면, okay? 왜냐하면, 왜냐하면. That H is quite soft again, so 왜냐. We don't really hear the H, 하면, 왜냐하면, okay? 왜냐하면 저는 알레르기 있어요. 알레르기, okay? Allergy. 저는 알레르기 있어요. Okay, because I have an allergy. And if you want to go further, and I use this because I had a friend who I had to order pizza for, and he couldn't eat cheese. He liked to eat pizza with no cheese, but I would just tell them, if I eat cheese, I will die. And I say that because, again, I think there's just a lot of people that don't really take it seriously. Seriously enough, so I really want to get that point across, so I do tell them this, and it works. 저는 고기 먹으면, okay? 저는 고기 먹으면, if I eat meat, 고기 먹으면 죽어요, okay? 죽어요, I die, okay? Again, you don't have to go that far if you don't want, but I just think that because they don't take it that seriously, it's worth saying, okay, and really getting that message across. Okay, and the next thing you can say, or the next reason you can give, is because I'm a vegetarian, okay, I must not eat meat, okay? 왜냐하면, okay, the same, because 저는 채식주의자예요. 채식주의자, okay? 채식주의자예요. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's worth learning if you're a vegetarian, I suppose. 저는 채식주의자예요, okay? And you can follow up with 고기 먹으면 안 돼요, okay? Same as we saw before, 고기 먹으면 죽어요. Okay, if I eat meat, 안 돼요, which basically together just means I must not eat meat. Okay, 고기 먹으면 안 돼요. Okay. Again, one thing I would like to say about this is that even if you use this stuff, I can't guarantee you're not gonna get meat in it. Again, if you're just learning these phrases to use them and you don't really have a working knowledge of Korean, it's gonna be difficult to get your message across sometimes, because even with a working knowledge of Korean, sometimes it's still tricky, and I still have to explain and go into a little bit more detail, and it's kind of, it's not always easy. So, this is kind of just a disclaimer, I suppose, is that, this isn't going to guarantee that you don't get meat in your thing. Okay? Again, I think it's tied in with that cultural thing, that there's just not that many people that aren't eating meat and that are asking for this kind of stuff. So people just don't take it quite as seriously, maybe, as you would like them to. Actually, a friend of mine came over to Korea, and just for a few weeks. And when I was talking to him back home, he put it really well. He said, Korea, where vegetarian just means they cut the meat up so small that you can't pick it out. And he actually hit the head on the button with it. I mean, it just kind of shows that you know, you're not guaranteed to get a fully vegetarian thing, you know, if you're asking for it. Again, the more detail you can go into and maybe even get someone to help you, the higher the chance you will have. But anyways, good luck with it, and yeah, I hope this helps.